John, the confused kid whose baby sister had a machine gun? It was then that John saw his little baby sister Susie armed with a machine gun. The sight of her with a gun was as frightening as one of John's deepest, darkest, most aphotic, blood-curdling nightmares he had ever dreamed. "Let's lock and load, big brother!" Susie exclaimed in a deep, mannish voice. There seemed to be a long, uncomfortable silence that sat there for 5 years. John finally broke the silence. "Huh?" John asked in his terrible confusion. "Listen, John, I don't have time to explain. We have to get back to base," exclaimed Susie as she eagerly tries to get him to come with her back to the house. When they got into the house, it seemed to be in worse condition than when John left for school that cold, creepy, and catastrophic morning. The air was ice. You could breathe and it would freeze and fall to the floor. Okay, let me explain. First of all, every baby can talk. They just forget that they could after a certain age. Us babies have to try to keep it secret because all of the grown-ups and their lab tests. Also, us babies are the ones that keep the world in balance, but recent events have left us unable to keep everything in check. I cannot stress to you how important it is we keep everything in balance, but I can tell you a few things that have happened so far. The sky has fallen, the sun is dying, that's why it's so cold, the world is degrading fast, there are zombies everywhere, and now the only one who could stop this is you, she explained. So wait a minute. Why don't you babies have the power to stop the terrible, terrifying, tragic things that are happening? Also, why am I the only one who can stop this? Because you are the chosen one! And harnessing the crystal of sorcery's power, you will have access to all of the baby's magic, and you can then save the world. So, where's this crystal anyway? Asked John. Ah, yes, the crystal, Susie said. We must find it. It is somewhere in our house. You must focus. Clear your mind of all thoughts and think of only one thing, the crystal. As John sat there with his blank stare, looking at the pure white wall, John found himself in a basement with the crystal floating in front of him, shimmering in all colors. He heard a voice calling for him, and he woke from his certainly creepy trance. It was Susie, wondering if he had seen anything. I was in the basement with the crystal, John explained. But Susie, we don't have a basement, do we? John asked as he got up off the frozen floor. Well, I had started on creating a top-secret baby laboratory for more efficient world saving, but then things happened and I never finished it. So now it's basically a basement, Susie explained. Anyway, this is good because all we have to do is go into my room after hitting my door 3 times with my magic rattle, and we will be there. So then Susie hit her bedroom door with her magic rattle 3 times. They went in, and there it was, the crystal, floating right in front of them. So, what do I do with it? John asked in his amazement of the crystal. You take it and push it right into your heart, Susie explained. So then, John shoved the crystal into his heart. Suddenly, a humongous fireball flew up into the darkness straight for the sun. The sun became whole once again. The sunshine made all of the plant's roots grow immensely, causing the cracks in the earth to fill in. The zombies turned to stone from all of the sunlight. And then the sky rose back into its place, caused by the renewed gravity of the sun. As you can see, the sun is the source of all life here on Earth.